Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. There is the famous pasuk in Parshas Shoftim, the Isser of Baal Tashchis. The pasuk says, Ki satzur al ir yamim rabim, if you place a siege on a city many days, so loisashchis es eitza, don't destroy the fruit trees. Now, the primary Isser, prohibition, is to destroy the fruit supply, the food supply. Now, the Rambam and the Rishonim go on to argue if that Isser of Baal Tashchis, is that specifically on a food item, or does that apply on any item that a person has a chiyuv not to just waste? Baal Tashchis, commonly people use the Isser Baal Tashchis, you're not allowed to waste. Throwing things in the garbage and wasting things, Baal Tashchis. Is that true or not? Because that's a machlokes. If that's min haTorah, definitely midrabanan, there is a problem wasting. But min haTorah, a lot of Rishonim say that it only applies in food item, as the pasuk is talking about the fruit trees. Now the Gemara says a story. The Gemara in Masechta Brachos Daf Lamed Aleph says a story of Rav Ashi. Rav Ashi once had a hilula, a party, a wedding for his son, and he saw that everybody at the wedding was very, very happy. So he brought a expensive dish, kos, and he broke it in front of them. And Tosfos writes over there, the Mikan Hamakar, this is the source, Lamashanoyagin, where the custom became Lishbar Kais Zechuchis, that we find that by a wedding you break a glass cup, B'Nisuin, during a wedding you break a glass cup. Now, in the Gemara says that he broke that cup, Rav Ashi broke the cup because they were all very, very happy, so it chilled the mood. It didn't, he saw them being too happy, he wanted to calm the mood down. And from Tosfos, it seems to be that the reason why Rav Ashi did it and the reason why we do it during the weddings, that it shouldn't be too much simcha. The Ramah in Eira Chaim Simin Tov Kuf Samach Beis, Seif Cotton Beis, explains this minig. He says, when he lists off the things that we do today, always to have the Churban Beis HaMikdash on our mind, he says that even during the peak of our simcha, when we marry off our children, and there's a simcha in Klal Yisrael, there's a chasana, we always have Imlei Alas or Yerushalayim Arosh Simchasi. So we break something to have, remember, we still not there. We still have Beis HaMikdash, the Churban Yerushalayim on our mind. And this is what Tosfos means. This was perhaps what the story of Rav Ashi, what happened with Rav Ashi. The Shalah in Parshas Shoftim writes, perhaps there is another reason for this minig. The Shalah writes that the Satan always finds a way to be mekatrik, to prosecute. Whenever something is going good for Klal Yisrael, he always finds a way to cause trouble. So therefore, when he sees that a Yid is successful in business, or he's in Baruch Hashem making a chasna, he always finds trouble to do. And that's why the Gemara says in Shabbos, Leikek Suba Deloiramu Beitigra. There is almost never a situation of a ksuba, of a marriage contract that doesn't have a fight. As we find by Matan Torah in Parshas Yisro, and as we find in Matan Torah that the Yidden that's the original marriage contract between Knesset Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And what happens right after Matan Torah? Rachmana litzlan the Egel. The Satan gets involved and causes chaos with the Egel. The peak marriage of Knesset Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, to cause a confusion, to make that the ayin hara of the Satan should go away, we break something so that to make the ayin hara go away. That's the reason the Shalah writes. Ki hayayare. I'll quote the words that the Shalah says. Ki hayayare. Ki kishahaya aluchis bi Yisrael. Az yisbatel mitzias hasatan. The Satan was afraid that when the luchis will be given to the Yidden, the Satan will become batel. What is the Satan? Shehu amavis v'sholta ayin hara shaloi. And so therefore he acted out as the egel. Va'az nishtabru halachis. So therefore lachein tiknu lishbar kais b'chupa lases lahem chelik. Therefore they established to do something for them. Give them something to do. Give them some noise. This is what the Shalah writes. That's his part in the simcha. Here's your part of the simcha. The Marshal in Yam Shel Shlomo Perek Aleph of Ksubis, he gives another reason. He says that the reason we break something by a chasana is to commemorate the breaking of the luchas. Again, the first marriage, the big marriage of Knesset Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the chasna of the Matan Torah, and the first time was when the Eibishter gave us the luchas, and the luchas, the first ones broke. So to commemorate that, we break something, and that is the breaking of the glass. The obvious question is, if we say that breaking a glass might be a problem of Baal Tashchis, if you say it's a Issa de Rabbanon, okay, Issa de Rabbanon, there is always wiggle room. But especially if you say that some opinions hold it's a Issa d'Oraisa, how would all these reasons push away a Issa d'Oraisa of Baal Tashchis? Baal Tashchis, a Issa d'Oraisa, all these nice reasons don't overrule that Issa d'Oraisa. So there are many, many reasons given. The Makna and Masechta Kedushin writes that Baal Tashchis is only Isser when it's for waste. When you have no reason, you're just wasting it, it's called Baal Tashchis. You transgress the Isser of Baal Tashchis. But when it's done for a purpose, like any of these reasons, for Churban Beis HaMikdash, to keep you focused, then it's not for waste. Others say that perhaps we don't paskin like the other opinions, that you should taka be makbid not to use a complete full cup. Some say that the cup that you use should be a little chipped glass, so it's not one that's whole. So milachatchila, you're not breaking a complete glass. An interesting insight is that some actually comment, why is it that only after you break the glass, which the breaking of the glass is the one is the point that symbolizes the Churban, the remembrance of the Churban, everybody screams, "Oh, Mazel Tov!" It's the Mazel Tov that comes before. Oh, we're happy for the marriage of the young couple. The breaking of the glass is reminding us of the Churban. It's that's not the time when you're screaming Mazel Tov. So why do we shout and scream Mazel Tov after the breaking of the glass? Some comment about that. And yet, the explanation may be, it's the combination, it's the complete package, that we are focused, that we know that the Klal Yisrael is a complete, only when we know that we are whole, when we see that our life depends on the whole thing. We are complete when the young couple gets married, and we have a complete simcha, but we know that we are still waiting for Mashiach. We still wait for the real deal. Eretz Yisrael in the real way, with Mashiach. That's when it's going to be a real Mazel Tov.